still talk like normal. So like even though we're broadcasting live and our 52 subscribers are going to get a notification that Sticks and Beers podcasts are live, we could still talk like normal, and unless we're absolutely ready to go, in which I'll just jump into it.
Okay. Oh, is there a way to mute it in case my dumbass housemate does come storming in?
Yeah, if you just like go crazy.
Oh, up top. Okay, if you hover.
Yeah, if you hover.
Which one? Which one, Greg?
Right at the very top of the screen on the left side, you'll see it.
Yeah.
There's a
So,
little
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Right in the middle of the screen.
I was doing my test. Okay. Jesse, he'll be home from work soon probably. But.
And then if you guys also hit that control room thing on the left side, it's on the left side for me at least, it looks like a little scroll thing. That opens up a panel on the right side in which you could turn people up louder or more quiet if you are struggling.
Doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it doesn't work for mine either.
It says you're in a moderated call.
Yeah.
Oh, so then it's me then doing that, I guess.
I got it.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just share controls.
I already had it.
I don't know. I don't want control.
Look at this guy.
I'm scared.
Just coming in live on broadcast.
Hey, how are ya?
Is that Mr. D?
We're not live. We are, but not. Don't worry. He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh, Bob, who you Skyping with? Who's the girls, huh?
Yeah, they're cute.
Are they tits? All
right. What are you going to say?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
See ya. Okay. Yep. I'm good.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Sticks and Beers podcast. It's your boy, Bobby D. We are live on Google Hangout. Rochester, New York, there is a blizzard right now. I think it is Winter Storm Harper is the name for it. So all the boys are in our special podcasting booths. I'm joined with Greg Malfisi and Kyle the Dad Hiscock.
What's going on, boys?
And then Tyler, I just got a new microphone, so I'm going to be able to talk into the microphone. Hickey.
How we doing, boys?
How is everyone?
Great.
Doing well.
I'm having a blast. I'm sitting on my freaking recliner, posted up. I'm having a blast, boys.
Yeah. What are you sipping on there, Greg? Let's get on to
A
it.
little, I'm breaking protocol. You know, it's chilly out there. Didn't have time to go to the store. Actually, I had plenty of time to go to the store.
Hey,
Didn't go to the store. So we decided to hit a little Russell's 10-year aged bourbon. A little bourbon, water, and ice. You don't want to fuck it up with Sprite, ginger ale, any of that, all right? Keep it simple, stupid.
Classy. Classy. Dad, what are you drinking?
I'm also breaking protocol. Got a little Tito's soda with a little lime in there. You can see a little guy floating around there.
Nice. And Hick, what about you?
Well, you know, I stay true to our origins. I'm going back with our Young Island.
Young Island.
Young Lion. New England IPA.
That's
Nice.
a good one. It's one of my favorites by them.
That is
I know
very good.
Right.
We had it on the
Both
pod
boys.
before and just can't get enough of it.
I'm not drinking anything because I finished right from work and came right up to
You need something to relax there, Bobo.
yeah, it's okay. I'm outside of
Look at that
us.
hustling.
Yeah. Outside of us podcasting, I'm really not trying to drink beer that much. Yeah. I think
And Thursday nights.
I think I have a gluten sensitivity. So I've been trying to drink more ciders and a lot more wine lately. Should have had a nice glass of wine with this. That would have been classy.
Classy.
So what are we getting into today, boys? Greg, why don't you hit us up with the agenda and maybe a little ad read for our boys over there at Miracle Flow Hair?
Yes, sir. So I got I got Buttes and Bums coming up next, our sponsored segment. Then we're gonna go right into the. Did I hear a chuckle back there? There's nothing funny about that. That is a serious segment. Then we got the power rankings. Then we're gonna collectively bury Bob in the sobriety check. Don't care if it's his first time this year. And then we'll do a nice little wrap up, you know. And then the folks at home can look forward to potentially another epi dropping later. Potentially another one preview an all-star game. Who knows? We don't want to promise anything, you know. Under promise and over deliver, boys. Okay.
That's our motto here at the Sticks and Beers podcast.
Right. So without further ado, that leads us into Buttes and Bums, sponsored by Miracle Flow. Miracle Flow, the only hair care products for guys with majestic flow for those who want it. Miracle Flow is specially formulated for athletes with longer hair to help rejuvenate the flow after the beating it takes in your sweaty helmet. When you're coming out of the locker room post-game, you don't want to be smelling like a girl's coconut strawberry shampoo. Even though it might smell delightful, it's not for you. Miracle Flow makes products for guys, by guys. Our shampoo is used by NHL, MLB, NIL, NFL, D1 athletes, and more. ACHA locker rooms, you betcha. Freaking beer league, men's league, you betcha. Remember Miracle Flow. It's not just a hairstyle, it's a lifestyle. For more information, please visit their website, miracleflowhair.com. That is www.miraclehairflow.com. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm feeling this. I'm going to send it directly into my buttes. Is that okay for the boys?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right in your bum there, Greg? I like that.
You know, I'm feeling squirrely with it. What can I say?
Taking the bull by the horns.
I mean, it just feels right. It's a nice seamless segue. So we're going to go to the stud, one of my favorite players ever. He's a beaut. He is a certified beautician. Patrick Kane. This guy is playing lights out. Don't worry about what Chicago's doing on the ice because they suck. But Patty Kane specifically, six of his last 7 games, multi-point games. He's got a 4-point night in there. He just had a 5-point night. 19 points in his last 7 games. This guy's unbelievable. I don't even understand how you do that with the talent he's got playing around him right now. And man, they're such a mess defensively. But you know what? You don't need to play defense to score goals, do you, boys?
Nope.
Nope. Who's going next? Who wants the butte?
I'll go next. And then I'll snake into then Tyler will go because our buttes are partnered together.
Yeah, they're somewhere. Yeah.
So my butte for this week is Barry Trotz. You know, everyone thought the Islanders were going to be horrible this year, myself included. I think all 4 of us included.
Yep.
Now the different levels of being bad might have varied, but I think we all thought that they definitely weren't going to make the playoffs, and they were probably going to be another lottery pick for this season. But Barry Trotz, my God, this guy is an absolute beaut of a coach. He just wins wherever he goes, and that's why he's my beaut for this week. You know, I just made a little note on our spreadsheet that we got. I said, just wait until their studs come through this team. They got Oliver Wahlstrom coming in. They got Noah Dobson coming in. They're going to be pretty good. What about you, Tyler?
So I'm going to build on that. I'm going to specifically look at Robin Leonard. He is easily the winner of the Bill Masterson Trophy right now, which is, by definition, awarded to the player who best exemplifies qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey. If you did not read his article in the beginning of the season about his PTSD, his bipolar, his ADHD, his drinking problem, you have to. It is inspiring the way he's playing right now. After
I cried during it for the record.
Yes.
I cried during it for the record.
Yeah, it was very powerful. Oh, there it is. Looks like Greg's getting a little distracted over there. But yeah, I mean, Robin Leonard, he's playing out of his mind right now. I'm pretty sure you just had a shutout last night, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's like 3 shutouts on the year. He's leading the league in goals against average. He's up there in save percentage. He absolutely deserves this trophy, and if he continues this play, he's gonna lead the Islanders in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I think he puts his name in for the Vezina.
Really?
Yeah, he's playing that well.
Even though he's basically splitting starts with Grice.
Not anymore.
It's not really split starts anymore.
It's not anymore. He took the job, buddy.
Yeah,
but they've both got like 24, 26 games started right now. I don't Vezina.
Well, it's because towards the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's Leonard's net now. It's his to lose, and I always said it when he was a Sabres goalie. It is not his fault. He was a good goalie. He had some shitty ass teams in front of him.
That's true.
I like the guy. You know what? I don't care if he let in a soft goal every once in a while. He was a good goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. I don't like that.
Well, rounding it out, boys. For my butte of the week, I am going far up north to the city of Calgary. We have Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Hockey is my butte of the week.
Johnny Ham and a roll.
Johnny Ham and a roll. Ham and a croissant, isn't it, or something?
Just ham and a roll.
Okay, ham on a roll, yeah.
I don't think he can eat a croissant. His mom doesn't allow him to.
I mean, the guy's awesome to watch play hockey. He's on an 11-game point streak right now, 7 of them being multi-point games. Whoa.
Sorry.
Yeah, mute yourself there, Tyler. I just muted you. Continue, Kyle.
Number 2 in the league in scoring. I mean, two 4-point games in there, included with those 7 multi-point games. So, he's a huge reason why Calgary's really sprung to the top of the league. Obviously he's the backbone behind their scoring. They're obviously getting a lot of contribution up and down the lineup in terms of scoring throughout their whole lineup. But he's awesome to watch play, and especially for a guy his size, it's pretty incredible what he's doing right now. So he's my Butte for the week.
Yeah. I mean, he's like the next Patty Kane. Unbelievable skill. He's a few years younger, but he's just leading the team, and he's a filthy.
That's an excellent comparison. That is spot on, I'd say.
Yeah.
Taking over games.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
You want me to go back with my bum here?
Yeah, bring it back.
All right. Circle it back here, boys. I'm going to have to go to the Homer discount here of the Avs tendies, and I hate saying this, but Greg, you called it. They're my bum of the week. They've been awful. They're playing. They're playing bad overall as a team right now, Colorado, but their goalies have been costing them games. Even today's game, I think they just outshot Nashville by 15 shots and lost 4-1. They did it twice on their road trip when they were in Canada. They outshot Calgary and Winnipeg 2-1 and lost both those games. It obviously starts from the net out. In a lot of cases when your team's not playing maybe and scoring as many goals as they have to start the season, but they need to figure out. They got to figure it out. Otherwise, that team's going to be they're going to be entrenched in the bottom 5 like I have them this week. Little teaser there, but that is my bum for the week of the Colorado goalies.
I can't believe it. This must have been the week to bury your home teams, because I put my team in the bottom 5 too, but I never thought I'd hear that out of Kyle. Never.
Dude, they're the worst team in hockey since December, I think, 5th.
I don't know why it makes me so happy. I'm really sorry. But it genuinely brings happiness to me. So, I feel like a little clairvoyant too. Not a big deal.
Well, if the Avs suck too, they're going to have 2 lottery picks with them in Ottawa, their own pick.
I'd be okay with that. Little Capo Caco and Jack Hughes.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
That's a good way to scoop up some secondary scoring for the boys, though. That's for sure.
Yep. So, Tyler, hit us up with your bomb of the week.
My bum, I'm going to say Peter Chiarelli. It's not his first time on the list. It's probably not going to be his last time on the list.
Not until he gets fired.
So he just waived Ryan Spooner, who was traded for the player that was traded for Jordan Eberle. So you start with Jordan Eberle. You work your way down to Ryan Strome. And then you work down your way to Ryan Spooner. And then you work your way down to about $3.8 million in safe cap space. Not saying that's good. Probably not good.
I saw something on Instagram. It was like the Marc Messier. It was like a whole decision tree, but it was like a trade tree, and it started with Messier at the top and funneled all the way down through all of the trades that got them to eventually this whole Strome and Spooner situation with Eberle. It was massive, unnecessarily large, but it was actually fascinating.
I have a tweet that I saw earlier today up right now, speaking of this, and it says, quote, "So to summarize Peter Chiarelli's 2 deals with the Islanders, Jordan Eberle, 2015 first-round pick, 2015 second-round pick. To the Oilers, nothing."
And that first-round pick was Matthew Purcell. So.
Yes, it was.
Whoops.
I forget who the second-round pick, but I think it was Anthony Bolivier. I want to say it was that, or he was the year before, maybe, but not great.
Not great, Bob. Not great at all.
Unworthy,
and
boys.
actually, we got a little breaking news too.
Whoa!
Chiarelli just signed his goaltender Koskinen to a 3-year, $4.5 million per year contract. To see how that goes. I mean, he's playing pretty well this season. He's got his up and downs with the team, but you know, hate to say it, but unproven still, even though he's at age 30.
Seems like fine value though. I mean, it's what is that 1.15 at 1.2 or something like that per?
What? No,
3 years,
$4.5 million per.
Oh, per?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought you meant total contract.
No, that would be a good deal. Yeah, per.
That sounds like that's pretty good value. Sure,
yeah, not too bad. You know? Jesus.
Sheesh, 4.5 per for Koskinen. Okay, bye.
I have some other breaking news.
Oh, here we go.
The Buffalo Sabres have 5 scouts at the Vegas Golden Knights Minnesota game.
That means nothing.
No, well, okay, when there's like 1 or 2, but 5?
No.
Who do you think they're scouting? I mean, let's throw a couple. I mean, I can't even think. It's obvious.
Nate Schmidt.
You really think it would be somebody from Vegas? I would think they're scouting people from Minnesota, but maybe not.
Especially considering the highway between Buffalo and Minnesota in their recent past.
Yeah, that's very true.
They just funnel players back and forth.
Right,
like Chuck Fletch.
Maybe they're having their scouting meetings in Vegas, and their whole scouting team is there right now. You never know.
Potterill's just throwing dollar bills at people.
You never know. But Greg, I see you're muted, so I'm gonna go into my bums.
Is Greg on the move right now? Is that what I'm seeing?
It looks like it.
For people who don't know, yeah, we're on the Google Hangouts, and Greg's roommate, who is a very interesting human being, if he is human at all, just got home.
Our listeners don't need to worry about that. So my bum for this week is anyone who doesn't really like the Carolina Hurricanes wins after their sellies. Now, I'm not a huge advocate supporter of it, mainly because I just don't give a shit about the Hurricanes. But it's different, and I like different, and I love seeing all the old fucks within the NHL and the reporters and stuff like that in the media get all butthurt about this. So I think it's pretty cool, and I think the Hurricanes should keep doing it. What do you guys think about that?
Are you trying to speak directly to Brian Burke?
Yes.
Okay.
He is literally that meme of old man yells at clouds. He's the hockey version of it.
Goddamn kids, get off my lawn!
Youths. The youths.
I like it too, Bob. I think it's the same as with Vegas last year. Everyone was having a big, throwing a big fit over their pregame. I guess you'd say their pregame ceremony where they would have different things for every team they played, and I think it's different. I think it's good for the league.
I think so too.
I'd love it. I think I never understood why people take sports and games so seriously. Like it's got to be this like thing you put up on a pedestal that like can't ever be changed. Like have some fun with it. And if that actually gets the crowd to stick around and not leave 10 minutes before the game's over and all that shit, dude, absolutely. More fun, please. Come on. Lighten up.
Has there been like a reasoning why they started this specific one? I can't remember seeing like if there was like a.
It was Justin Williams' idea at the beginning of the year, just to do like after a W Selly.
And then it just kind of grew to
the Viking clap.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. It'll come back to me. I'll think about it. How about you, Greg? What's your bum? And then we'll move into the power rankings if you want to start that off too.
Yes, sir. My bum. Leafs fans everywhere, right? I don't like them, okay? I never did like them to begin with, and now that all this shit's coming out, they're booing Jake Gardiner, they're booing Willie Nylander. Oh, you got a slumping player, and you're going to just sit there and boo him, bury him? That's a good way to get him out of a slump. You assholes. How about you pay your money and you come cheer like a fan? Help your squad. There's a freaking reason that the Leafs are sliding lately. I think I saw the records. This is off the top of the head, so it's probably wrong. 3-7 in the last 10.
I think so.
I think
I think so.
Confirmed. 3-7 in the last 10. This team's somehow sliding, which you didn't think Toronto really could, especially with Matthews being healthy and all. I mean, I obviously it's only a matter of time. They'll be fine. They're just working a brand new guy in the lineup. And Leafs fans, he's not going anywhere. He's inked. Jake Gardiner, actually, Tyler, what's Jake Gardiner got left?
He's a UFA this year.
This year, okay.
Yeah, so he's probably going to be gone. Just the fact that they had to pay Marner and Matthews this year. Can't afford him.
Put up with this kid for another 3 more months. It pisses me off to no end to hear home fans booing their team. Not that it's effort related, not that they're a bottom 3 team in the league. No, like you're a good squad still, and it's not like what they're doing on the ice. That pisses me off to no end. All right, I don't have time for it. I'm a busy guy. I don't have time for that shit.
So, 2 points. One, I remember what I was going to say, but the first thing to comment on your bum, Greg, I don't mind teams booing or fans booing their home team if they're like all playing bad collectively. Like the Devils,
different. Yeah, there's different kinds of booing.
The Devils deserve to get booed out of their rink some nights. And I'll leave it at that. And then people on Twitter are like, stop booing your team, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shut up. They're horrible. They deserve it. We're paying money to go watch them, and they return. The ROI is not worth it. So I'm going to, much as I could do is boo. Anyway.
The $12 for a Devils ticket.
Probably less than that. But back to my bum. I remember what I was going to say. On the 31 Thoughts podcast with Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick, my second favorite hockey podcast on the interwebs, only to this one, we're talking about the celebration after the Hurricanes games and how sick would it be if someone goes out there, absolutely throttles Carolina on their home ice, and then does a Hurricane celebration like their own thing on their rink.
It'd be so disrespectful.
It would be amazing, and I'm waiting for a team to do that.
Like, who do you think that would actually be, though? What team would actually do it?
The guys on the podcast said, like, Washington would do it.
Yeah. Tom Wilson leading that charge? I could see, like, Brad Marchand doing that.
Yeah, Boston probably.
Excellent call. Who's a big asshole? Like, Philly? I don't know if Philly could really justify it with the season they're having. But
exactly. Yeah. It's got to be a mix between someone really good and someone who I could see, like, TJ Oshie doing it, too, but then it's, like, hard to hate on him. Because he's Captain America,
Yeah, you can't hate it, TJ Oshie.
And Carolina doesn't really have, like, it's not like a big rivalry team situation where there's a ton of hated teams for them. I mean, thinking of their division teams, but it's not like they've formed, like, these aggressive rivalries with them. So I can't even go Panthers or Lightning or something there.
Right.
They're not even in the same division. So.
What?
They're not even in the same division, dude.
Oh, Carolina's in Metro. All right, yeah, sometimes that happens.
This isn't like the Southeast Division anymore.
I mean, it's proximity based. That's how my mind works. I'm a big geography guy. I'm a math guy. I'm a geography guy. I don't scope out divisions. Like you do. All right, it's on me, team.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what else is on you? Time to start the power rankings time. So obviously, I say this for the past couple pods now. Let's all just touch on one team that we all have, no repeats. Just keep it simple. Go through your 5, rank them, and then just touch on one team that you'd like to talk about. Lead us off, Greg.
Starting with that top 5, the cream of the crop. Tampa Bay, obviously. Don't need to say anything about it. I'm actually putting Calgary in second. They've sort of gotten a decent lead in where they are position-wise, standings-wise. That was a big surprise to me. Third, and that's the team I'll touch on, so I'll circle back. Fourth, I've got Toronto. Fifth, I've got Winnipeg. Third in the league right now, I've got your New York Islanders. Your New York Islanders. I stuttered over them because I'm so stunned that they're even there. I don't understand what's happening. They got 5 in a row. They've got the longest win streak going in the league. They're 5th in the entire NHL standings, not their division, which, some of us expected. I don't understand what's happening. Matt Barzal's been otherworldly for the past 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks probably. And like Tyler was saying earlier, they figured out their Tendy situation, I guess, at least for the short term. And who would have saw this wagon coming? But granted, I don't think they'll stick there. Nope, not buying them. But it's still amazing in itself to me that they're sitting 5th overall at the All-Star break.
Like an interesting stat I saw about them, but their goal. So last year they were like one of the top teams in goals against. This year at the same points comparing year to year, they have like almost 80 less goals against.
That'll help.
Yeah, and
coaching.
Right now they're a plus 26, which last year they're definitely a minus.
Also, I'm so mad at Trotz because he's ruining any shot Housley had at Jack Adams. So,
well, I think the team's doing that for Housley.
I agree with Tyler on that one.
Boys,
can't dispute.
Boys, do you think that Trotz is the best coach in hockey
right now?
Regular season.
I don't know. He just came off the cup. He just won the cup.
Yeah, he did just come off the cup. It's true. It's true.
If you go to HockeyDB and look at John Cooper's coaching career, it's ridiculous. That dude wins everywhere he goes. And even when his teams are bad, and obviously we know like the couple of years that Tampa Bay didn't make the playoffs under his.
I think it was only one.
But
one
yeah,
year.
And that year, like everyone on that team was hurt. But then if you look at the rest of his career, it's ridiculous. I want to say it's close to like almost a 700% winning percentage or like 650. It's something sickening. So
yeah.
It's one of these things, especially with the Jack Adams. It's like, do we give it to Barry Trotz, who clearly has turned his team around the most via coaching, or John Cooper, who it says something for taking a team like that and being so good.
And you can't forget about Bill Peters in Calgary because they're having a great year too, and they missed last year. So there's 3 great choices right there, and they've still got almost half the season to play, 30 more games or so.
Go ahead, Greg.
I don't like that the Jack Adams has become basically the trophy. Give it to the coach of the team who was shitty that's having a good year. Like that's essentially what it's become, and it's not like that. And it's no, I guess, shot at any of the coaches that have won it, obviously. But it just seems like your team was shit last year and you're doing pretty good this year. Yeah, you're probably going to win it. It's, it's just logic.
That's why
I get around it, but
that's why I think it says something for like a coach like John Cooper who just consistently wins. And yeah, he's got good rosters and he's had Stevie Y there the entire time that he was the coach. But still,
Agreed. All right. So who wants to go next with their?
Why don't you just go since you're talking?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing this off the cusp. I didn't put much effort into it. You guys didn't give me much time.
Sorry.
So, I mean, it's hard to go. I mean, basically the same teams top to bottom. Tampa first, Calgary, great year. Winnipeg's coming back up there. San Jose's found their spark now, even though Carlson's probably going to be out for a little while. And you can't hate on the Islanders right now. They're just winning, and it's good to see for them. I want to talk a little bit about I don't know, Winnipeg. Sure. What else is there to say about them? The top line's amazing. Least talked about, best line in the NHL probably. Second line, they barely have a second line center, but if Ehlers comes back and then you still have line A, Brian Little's going to rack up some points. Their D-core is stacked. I don't believe Bufflin is back yet, so he's going to come back healthy. Hellbuck is really the key to this. If they want to go to the Stanley Cup, he hasn't found his groove yet like he had last year, but if he finds that, they're an extremely dangerous team.
You guys see my little note for Winnipeg?
I can read it right now.
Yeah, feel free.
I'm reading it right now.
Who's Mark?
Scheifele.
Oh, yeah.
For the listeners at home, in our little cheat sheet that we have for our beats and bums and our power rankings, my note that I have for Winnipeg, because I have them in my top 5 as well, which we'll get into, just says, "Hey, Mark, how's your temple?" A little 2-game suspension from Ryan Johansson there. That was bad. I know he was trying to play it off like he was falling and he was coming down and stuff like that, but geez Louise.
The intent was still there for sure, I think. It didn't, I didn't think
exactly. All right, so Dad, hit us up with yours.
All right, starting at the top, I got Tampa at 1, Calgary coming in at 2nd, Winnipeg 3, the Vegas Golden Knights at 4, and the Islanders coming in at the bottom at 5. I wouldn't really call it the bottom, but number 5. I'm going to touch on my Golden Knights. Why not?
Why not?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thumped it? just
your other team's not doing well, so now you guys jump
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bandwagon.
Back to being a Knights fan.
that's why you got to have the backup plan. You guys should know that by now.
That's a bad move right there.
Yep. I just have, it's seriously nearly impossible to win in Sin City. Vegas flu, call it whatever you want. I think we talk about this every time on the podcast, but they're 16-4-3 at home this year. Flower, I would put him very high up in my Vezina candidates right now at this point of the season. I think he's leading the league in wins. And Pacioretty's starting to find his groove a little bit, boys. Starting to score some goals. And if they can get that, I would call it, I guess, secondary scoring on their squad. If they can get that to continue to roll, they could be tough. They could contend for the West as well. So I got Vegas at 4 in my power rankings this week.
Do you know Fleury has double the shutouts of the next closest tendy in the league right now?
Yep. I get pissed because I want to. I get pissed because I want to trade Tony for him, and I know he won't because he doesn't trade in our fantasy league.
It amazes me the season Fleury the seasons plural. I guess he keeps spitting out, and age don't even matter to him. He looks like the best damn goalie in hockey right now.
He's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah,
we can all agree on that. Yeah.
Yep.
He's just
first ballot.
It's just one of these things where he's just casually gone about his business, won cups, taking basically the team on his back last year to the cup. It's ridiculous.
And it's kind of funny. Every year you think of the top, 3 goalies in the league going into the season, and his name's never on that list, it seems like. Never.
Oh, it's just, he had some of those years in Pittsburgh where he was just so mediocre. It's like he could easily fall back into that range, but, good for him. He's doing good.
Yep. Bob?
So to wrap things up, and then I'll snake it into the bottom 5. I think I had Pittsburgh in the top 5 last podcast, but I don't this time. So 1 through 5: Tampa, Calgary, the Islanders, Vegas Golden Knights, and then Winnipeg. So we've touched on the Islanders, we touched on Vegas, we've touched on Calgary and Winnipeg, right? Basically, is the only one left for me to talk about is Tampa
or Calgary
I thought okay. I thought it was
no.
Either way, I'll talk about Tampa. They're my second favorite team, mainly just because they've been in the playoffs and they're fun to watch. Nothing really else to say. Love Braden Point. He's now officially number 2 fantasy player in our fantasy league. He was at least yesterday. So that's exciting for me. He's a keeper.
Yeah. Thanks for Stamkos, by the way.
I think that was a nice deal. I got a good high pick for it. Got Stone and Dubois, Dubois is gonna be like 60 points, 65, but just like good all across the board.
He's like the next Jamie Benn right there.
I think so too. He's huge. That guy's a unit.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be drafting him next year.
Not if I keep him. Anyway,
Okay.
bottom 5 time. We're gonna go from 5th last to last. So that'll be Chicago, then Ottawa, Detroit, LA Kings, and New Jersey. And it wouldn't be on Bobby D brand to not talk about New Jersey if they're in the bottom 5. So here we go. We're 1 point out of last place. We're 3-7 in our last 10. Taylor Hall's hurt. Corey Schneider's in the AHL right now on a conditioning stint.
Again.
Hopefully we'll just keep him down there for the rest of the year. Even though I think during the All-Star break for the NHL, AHL Binghamton has 4 games in which Corey's probably going to start all 4. So maybe he gets a win, something. I don't know. I don't care. I think when it comes to New Jersey, though, I think Keith Kincaid's the oddball out here because of Corey's contract. You can't move that. No one's going to want it because he's brutal. But then Mackenzie Blackwood's given us our best chance of winning. And Keith is like in the middle there where he doesn't have a high cap hit and he also stinks. And I believe he's a UFA at the end of the year. So
I was about to say, I mean, you can't sit him though. You gotta, let him get his value, so people would, try to trade for him. But
I think that's shot. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, is he worse than any of the Philly goalies?
I'd rather be throwing Carter Howard out there than
Same.
Keith Kincaid, that's for sure.
Especially
Yeah,
you got to throw somebody else out there. Can't throw Cardi Hart Cardi Hart.
Cardi Hart. I don't mind that actually.
I did something right, huh?
Well, not right, but yeah.
I'm cool, boys. I'm cool. All right.
Who's going next?
Why don't you?
All right, deal. I'm gonna. I'd like to take this opportunity to bury my boys. And you know what? I really shouldn't because I'm really fighting internally with this because 10-game win streak, we're flying high. Now, we're hitting the rough patch. January's a shithole. The goaltending hasn't been there like it's been. I mean, obviously in the beginning of the season, when Hutton was lights out. Hutton's going through a rough patch. Hopefully, Ullmark is enough to bring him back on course. Which, if I haven't, I don't think I've even mentioned it. I'm talking about the Buffalo Sabres. If you haven't gathered this, my home team, my team that is causing me anguish year in and fucking year out.
Easy there, kid.
Sorry. So I just, you know what? January, there's Skinner free agent talks. We're talking about inking them. So you know what? That's what I'm going to look forward to. Temper the expectation all around. We'll be all right. We'll be on the playoff bubble. Go check out Tyler's blog post, the life and the mindset of a Sabres fan, because it's hell. And so I've got them. They're my 5th worst team. I've got them sitting in the 27th slot. Rounding out the rest of my bottom 5 real quick, I got Philly, the mediocre, the fucking average Philly Flyers. Got the Blackhawks, Kings, and the Senators in dead last. You can try to fool me with a couple W's, but I still know you suck. Okay? Still know you suck. And that'll lead us into who's up next? Tyler?
Sure, I'll go. Should I steal Bob's thunder and just talk about the Jersey Devils? No.
Feel free.
You're trying to double down on the Devils? Those poor guys.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's so tough. They started off the year so hot, and after making the playoffs, and what are they, like 4-0, 5-0 to start the season, and they were just throttling teams. Right, Bobo?
Yep.
So, it's hard to see. Keith Kincaid, he had a great start of the season, and obviously, they're just talking about he's going to be the odd man out. Corey Schneider's been hurt, seems like, for the past 10 years. And Mackenzie Blackwood, he's given him some games, but he's a young guy. Taylor Hall's hurt. Defense core is looking weak. Bouchard or Vatanen aren't having like years like they did last year, and without Taylor Hall, Nico is, I'm gonna say, just not relevant at all. So
Nico,
yeah,
he's been he's been our best player since Taylor's gone out. He's almost a point per game then, but he's not gonna be a. He doesn't have much around him.
Yeah.
Bob, does this hurt you to hear other people talk shit about the Devils too, or do you also like? I know obviously you're burying them right now, but does it hurt to hear other people doing the same thing, or do you want to hear some? Do you get like defensive with it? I'm curious.
No, I want all that negative energy to revolve around the team to sort of construct trade ideas and just send negative vibes towards the team to just have them continuing to be bad.
Light a fire.
Do better, boys. Do better.
All right, Kyle, wrap it up, and then we'll get into the sobriety test sponsored by Coach Tony's Hot Sauce.
All right, I got 27th. So starting from my 5th worst, I got the Colorado Avalanche falling in at 27th. 28th, I got Chicago. 29th, Philly. 30th, LA. And dead last is Ottawa. Yeah, they're still there. Still there. I'll touch on LA quick. I mean, there's not much really to say. The only note I have here is losing to the Avs 7-1 isn't a good look. I mean, that's rough. I mean, the worst team. Colorado's been the worst team in hockey since the beginning of December, as I mentioned earlier, and you lost 7-1 to them. I would assume that shortly thereafter, the All-Star break, we're going to start seeing some moves being made out in LA.
Yeah. Gotta ship some guys out. Make room for young guys. Start to rebuild.
Yep. They're bad.
Brutal. All right. That wraps that up, right?
Yeah. Why don't you lead us into the sobriety test, Tyler? Brought to you by Coach Tony's Hot Sauce.
Well, Coach Tony's Hot Sauce, you can find them at any local grocery store. They got their meat hot. They got their chicken wing dip. All you have to do is heat and eat. It is simple. It is delicious. It's all you need. You got your Super Bowl parties coming up soon, a couple of weeks. Not a bad gig. Simple. You can look like a superstar out there. You put those out at your party. But leading into it, so Bobo, it's your turn up, right?
It is my turn. We're gonna start at the top of the order now. Top of the order is also how I made a little note in our cheat sheet that we got for our Buttes and Bums and our power rankings. We're just gonna follow the columns. So for the listeners at home, it's gonna go me, then Greg, then Tyler, and then Dad. That's the order for sobriety test / check. I don't really. What are we calling it? Sobriety check or sobriety test?
Either or.
Same thing.
Sobriety check, right?
Yeah, it's a check. Okay.
Yeah, because you got a field test, you got a sobriety check. I shouldn't be so well versed in this.
Sure. And then that's also the what are we drinking order. So, but
nice and easy.
I'm gonna. Greg, you missed last pod. Shoot, you could pick hockey or non-hockey. I don't care. I'm feeling confident.
Go ahead and start with the hockey question first, then. All right, because this segues nicely. We've been talking New Jersey Devils. You're a Devils guy. So I got a Devil's question for you, Bob. I bought one down at the local corner store, okay?
I'm ready for it. Little pork roll Taylor ham action. That's it. That's a Jersey thing, I guess. I don't know.
Here we go, folks.
All right,
number one. Not hockey question number one. What was the name of the crucial line formed for the New Jersey Devils in their 1995 Stanley Cup run?
Oh.
This was Bobby Holik, centered by Mike Peluso and Randy McKay. What was the nickname of the line?
I thought you were going to talk about the Scott Gomez, Brian Giannis, Patrick Elias line.
That's got a sting, doesn't it?
Or the Peter. I think it was Peter Sikora, Gomez, and Elias. That one.
You can try to flex your rest of roster knowledge, but it's not going to work here.
No, I don't. I don't remember those either. One of them was the egg line. That was Elias, Gianta, and Gomez, the egg line. That one's easy to remember. But I don't remember.
You want a mini hint?
Yeah, sure.
It is not comprised of any kind of acronym like
I figured
egg or something like that. It's more of a nickname line.
It's got to be some. I don't know, but it's got to be something to do with just being absolute units.
Yep. You giving up?
Yeah.
They were called the Crash Line.
Oh.
They combined for 23 points in 20 games in the 95 Cup run with 3 game winners, folks.
Not bad.
Wow.
And a cup.
Not bad, and a nice bagel for Greg.
Oh, Jesus. Kyle, you want to take him on next?
Yeah, I got him. I got also a New Jersey Devils question I picked up at the corner store.
Jesus.
You know, we're trying to help Bob out here. Trying to keep him for more than to last longer than I did last week. Yikes. Although he was revered as one of the greatest defensemen ever, Scott Stevens never won a Norris Trophy. He has, however, been runner-up twice, and both times was beaten by the same man. Who was the blue liner that denied Stevens the title of best defenseman?
Nicholas Lindstrom?
Great Ray Bork.
Really?
Oh.
I guess Lindstrom was just getting the middle of his career was at the very end of Scotty Stevens. So
yeah, great Raymond. Good old Raymond.
I thought that was
yes, Bob. I can't fault you.
I had a trick question for Kyle last time, so I thought he was going to come back to me with one that I would immediately think was easy, and apparently was not. That was a good question.
Yep. Yeah, I thought there was. I mean, honestly, boys, think about Stevens' era. How many options were there really during that era? Maybe
so many.
I immediately thought Pronger for some reason.
Well, he would have been up there. Obviously, Bork. I mean, there was a lot, but certainly it was obtainable. Unlike the question you gave me last week.
Oh, geez, that's great. All right,
Tyler.
well, my turn. So, Bob.
Yes.
There are currently 19 sets of brothers in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me the last name of the brothers who were never drafted?
Can you give me an era? Like a decade?
No,
Currently.
Oh, current. There's 19
sets
current.
of brothers.
I had no idea. I didn't know. I had no idea it was that many. That's mind-boggling.
Active? Like active?
Yeah, active. That have played in the NHL game this year.
No shit.
So the set of brothers were not drafted.
Neither of them were drafted. And it's the only set of the 19.
Are they both in the NHL?
They've both played a game in the NHL this season.
Cheeky.
You know what? I'll give you even a hint. They both played a game in NHL last season also.
That doesn't really help either. I don't know.
You give up?
Yeah.
Chris and Brandon Tenev.
No shit.
Whoa.
Local RT. Yeah, RT boy Chris. And UMass boy Brandon. Never drafted.
All right.
All right, Bob.
We got an offer for the hockey.
Oh. Mark it down, Greg. Are we going to
Got it.
we gonna snake this?
Sure. I always say, like, my non-hockey trivia is much better than my hockey trivia.
Save the best for last, baby.
So we'll see here.
So you're talking yourself up. Let's see.
Let's hope.
All right.
I just need one. I only need one to go to next week.
You only need one. Only need one. All right, so I'm leading it off, right?
Yep.
All right. What is the largest island in the world?
Africa.
No. Greenland. Island.
What?
It can't be a continent. Island.
An island is a body of land all surrounded by water.
Well, then technically,
What
the
just
whole
happened?
world is island. North American is island.
What just happened?
It's Greenland.
North America is attached to South America.
I guess so. I don't know. This is what site I have right now. It says trivia.
I would have guessed Australia.
Well,
Greenland's bigger than Australia.
I think you needed to clarify that question a little more. I'm throwing a red flag up on that one.
I'm reading it word for word here. I don't know what you want from me.
I think it's wrong. I think he's wrong.
Yep, fine.
Flag denied?
Guess you're wrong.
Flag denied?
It hasn't been the first time that somebody's been screwed over on this trivia.
Calling the ice stands is
Name the
called.
world's biggest island, Greenland.
You should have said, what is the world's biggest island that isn't a continent?
I don't think you would have gotten it regardless.
That's how the
I think
the
I would
question's
have.
worded. I'm reading it word for word. I don't know what you want from me.
You would have guessed Greenland, Bob, if he said not without a continent.
And you know that Greenland's full of ice and Iceland is very green.
Good diversion. Good diversion.
Did you guys actually see the photos? Julie the Cat Gaffney.
She's still
And
rocking.
who's
Jesus.
so it was Guy Germain, Adam Banks, Julie the Cat Gaffney, all at the Ducks games. Who was that fourth guy? Duncan. Who was Duncan?
Conway.
Who?
Russ and Conway. It was Russ Tyler and Charlie Conway.
Oh, I saw one that said Duncan on the back. We can talk about this after the podcast.
I got nothing.
I thought you guys saw the same photo I was seeing. Anyway, last two.
All right, Bobo. Non-hockey question coming at you, folks. This is big. I don't want to be the squeaky wheel. I got like serious like PTSD. That's probably not a very PC joke to make. I got acid reflux about this, I don't like being the squeaky wheel. Are you ready?
I am.
What singer's real name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata?
Oh my God.
This is a current active singer.
Do you want me to sing one of her songs?
Whoa, you trying to flex on me like that?
Oh, I'm trying to flex so hard on you.
You know the
Ra 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 ma ma ga ga ooh la la. Watch out, bad romance.
Oh man.
the squeaky wheels back.
It's
Way to
Lady,
go, Greg.
it's Lady Gaga.
Ah, jeez.
Way to go,
That was
Greg.
an excellent question.
Unbelievable. This is, I think, the third time in a row that he's actually been the squeaky wheel.
No, that's not true. All
Absolute
right. I got
life
the
there.
stats to back it up. All right, buddy.
What was that? What was that softball you gave him? What was that softball a few weeks ago you gave him? It was terrible.
Me?
Yeah. And he
Oh,
he saved you. It was the last question. We were 0 for 5, and he gave you some
Doesn't
softball.
matter. It was Nottingham Forest related. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Robin Hood.
Damn
I
it.
mean, what the fuck?
Oh,
All right, Kyle.
I mean,
All right.
Bring it home.
Let's see if this would have been the squeaky wheel as well. Bob,
Yes.
what flightless bird is featured on New Zealand's $1 coin?
Oh, I got a good guess.
$1 coin.
Yep. What flightless bird
Is it the
featured-
kiwi?
You got it.
whoa.
Wow.
Kiwi's a kind of a bird, too?
Yeah, it's also the nickname of their soccer team.
I was about to
There you go.
be like
That's-
fruit, you idiot.
Good thing you blew it first, Greg. Thank you.
No, that made me feel so much better. Now I don't give a shit.
Did you know? Is that what your guess was going to be, Greg?
No, I was gonna say the emu.
The emu.
I'm going to say the dodo.
The dodo
Oh,
bird.
yeah, the ostrich. I don't know, something like that. I was just going away from penguin. I was like, nah, penguin's too easy. They don't even fuck around there. Wrong. All right.
So I'll be back. I'll be back next podcast. Those were good
Nice job,
questions.
Bob.
Thank you. Those were good questions. I got to
Well
touch
done.
up on my hockey ones. Keep
Oh,
feeding me New Jersey Devils ones. It makes me feel really so like I feel worse not knowing my own team's trivia than I do like other teams talking about how bad they are.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be a thing that we do for each person that's up for
I
I
just
don't mind that one bit. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, guys, that's been the Sobriety Check. It's been the Sticks and Beers podcast. Stay tuned for some midweek content. Each podcast, we're going to be doubling up during our recording sessions to have a topical debate or just discussion in the midweek because we do our main podcasts like this one bi-weekly. So our midweek content is going to be a little shorter when it comes to time, but big picture.
Give you guys a little taste of something, you know.
Yeah, I think it'll show off our knowledge a little bit more.
Yep. All right. Do you want to tease that a little bit, Bob? Our topic?
Topic's going to be on if the All-Star game needs to be fixed or not. If we think it's broken, any changes or adjustments that we individually as a group. I know individually and a group is an oxymoron, but hopefully we'll bring some ideas to the table and we'll be able to sell to the NHL and get rich. But guys, stay tuned for that next week. And you know the drill. It's been real.
It's been fun.
But it hasn't been real fun.
And we'll see you next time, guys.
Baby. Eat and eat.
Thanks, Coach Tony's Hot Sauce.
You're welcome. Look.
I'll just-
What's up?
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say I'm gonna take a piss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reposition myself because I think Jesse wants to try to watch Hulu or some shit.
Okay.
That was the quick interruption. Jess came home and he went to throw on Hulu and he's dropping controllers and I'm like, no, shut up. And he's like, so I might have to switch spots too. We'll see.
Hey, Bob, is it easier if you restart if we all join back in?
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that real quick.
Would
Then,
that be that way you don't have to rip the audio twice?
yeah, that would be easier for me on my end. So I'll just stop this and then I'll
Should I
say
hang up?
Oh.
I'll hang up and then pay attention to your emails. You get another
Deal.
link.
I'll see you boys in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good, boys.